Welcome to Channel Game IQ, the YouTube channel that gives you the heads up on new games being released. Today's video is the second episode for new games being released August 2020, and we have some games you do not want to miss out on today. Just before we start, if you've missed any of my previous videos, you can use the link above. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be prompted as and when new videos are released. Now let's start off episode 2, fighting in EA Sports UFC 4.
The most authentic and immersive MMA experience to date. We overhauled the clinch game using EA Sports real player motion tech, redesigned ground and pound gameplay to be more dynamic and exciting, improved our striking controls to be more responsive and player friendly, and revamped our presentation around high impact moments to bring the action to life like never before.
EA Sports UFC 4 is a mixed martial arts fighting video game developed in collaboration between EA Canada and Skybox Labs, and is published by EA Sports for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's set to be released on the 14th of August 2020.
Shockwave through your opponent. And with all new replay cameras, you get to see every brutal detail in super slow motion. On top of that,
the next game in the popular UFC franchise brings a new experience that puts the player and their created fighter at the centre of the action. Featuring an all-new unified progression system, overhauled takedown and ground mechanics, more fluid clinch to strike combinations, and the chance to experience the origins of the combat sports in all new environments.
Faster basic strikes, or a button hold for flashier, more damaging blows, giving you better access to your fighter's entire striking arsenal. The clinch is an important part of real-life MMA, utilized by elite fighters to dominate their opponents.
UFC 4 delivers the most polished mixed martial arts experience to date. Players who pre-order the game can play out one of the most anticipated fights in combat sports history with world heavyweight boxing champions Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury.
This opens up the ability to drive your opponent to the cage, throw strikes with more freedom, and seamlessly execute a variety of trips, throws, and takedowns. Further leveraging the power of RPM tech, we've added more variety, fluidity, and impact to our takedown.
Now it's time for an outstanding role-playing game, Pathfinder Kingmaker. Pathfinder Kingmaker is an isometric role-playing game developed by Russian studio Owlcat Games and published by DeepSilver. It was released back in September 2018 for PC and received mostly positive reviews. It is now coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on the 18th of August 2020. Pathfinder Kingmaker is the first isometric party-based computer RPG set in the Pathfinder fantasy universe. Enjoy a classic RPG experience inspired by games like Baldur's Gate, Fallout 1 and 2. Explore the Stolen Lands, a region that has been contested territory for centuries. Hundreds of kingdoms have risen and fallen in these lands, and now it's time for you to make your mark. By building your own kingdom, to do so you'll need to survive the harsh wilderness and the threat of rival nations, as well as threats within your own court. Now it's time to tee off with PGA Tour 2K21. PGA Tour 2K21 is the latest in a series of golf sports video games. The game is developed by HBStudios Multimedia Ltd and published by 2K. It's set to be released on the 21st of August 2020 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Stadia and PC. Real-world scanning brings the fairway green, bunkers, trees, lakes and ponds to life. True to form, PGA Tour broadcast presentation features slick graphics, dynamic cutscenes and a seamless replay system. All anchored by the play-by-play commentary of Luke Elvey and Rich Beam. Play against the pros, play with your crew. In PGA Tour 2K21, you can play by the rules or create your own. Featuring a new PGA Tour career mode, licensed courses and more, can you prove you've got what it takes to become the FedEx Cup champion? And the last game for this episode is a non-stop action game called Descenders. Descenders is an action cycling video game developed by Dutch studio Rage Squid and published by NoMore Robots. It was released for Microsoft Windows and Xbox One on the 7th of May 2019 and received very positive reviews, and is now set to be released on PlayStation 4 on the 25th of August 2020. You will be able to take off on different jumps, slopes and hill bombs every time you play, control every subtle movement of your rider with an in-depth physics system made for slick whips and scrubs. A fully featured online rep system lets you show off your worth and earn new bikes and threads. The game is partnered up with a drum and bass label Liquidity to bring you the perfect soundtrack for hitting the mountains. So the big question is, can you survive the game in a single run and reach the ranks of the legendary Descenders? So that brings us to the end of the video. As always, leave me a comment and let me know what you think of these games. Keep an eye out for my next video, or better still, if you haven't already, subscribe and ring the bell to be prompted as and when new videos are released. Until the next time, thanks for watching Channel Game IQ.